Okay, good morning YouTube. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold going on here, so bear with me, I sound a little hoarse today. Okay, so another watch comparison video here I'm doing today. If you looked at any of my other videos in the past, I always do what I call show and tells, just showing you what it looks like on a guy my size, my weight, and with my wrist size. I have 7-inch wrist, I weigh 170 pounds as of today, and about 5 foot 8 inches tall, depending on the shoes. Anyway, the whole point was, with these videos is when I was looking to buy an Invicta, I didn't really find any kind of pictures or videos of them showing it on the actual wrist. They always show it with the guy with the white gloves or on the spinning pedestal, and to me that's just like a picture. And it makes a big difference seeing it on a person, and you can kind of get an idea based on my personal dimensions that I gave you on kind of what it looks like on the wrist, and gives you kind of an idea of how large it might look on your particular wrist. And I thought it was pretty helpful. I only found one video where a guy did that, and I said, gosh, I got to start making some videos to help other people out. Invicta is a great product. Ever since I got my first Venom, I've been non-stop making purchases and getting rid of a lot of the watches that I've collected over the years that I really just don't wear anymore for watches that I really do like, I'm very passionate about. And so what I'm doing now is instead of doing the single watch videos, which I'll still continue to do when I get a new watch, or if one of my coworkers' buddy gets one, I go ahead and size it for him for free, and I get to make a video on it to share with you folks. Today we're going to be doing comparisons, and you're going to be seeing about 300 more videos coming your way. I'm going to be doing side-by-side comparisons on every single Invicta that I can get my hands on, so you get an idea what they look like. Because I tell you, you're not going to find this on other channels. You're not going to find this on Shop HQ. Every now and then they'll show you, they'll put one next to it, but I'm taking requests too. So after I'm done with all these videos, you definitely, you won't be able to put them in any requests unless I have the watch, of course. But I'll do my best. So here we go, starting it off. Today we're going to be comparing the Invicta Grand Arsenal Reserve versus the Coalition Forces. This is a pretty cool watch. It was one of the earlier ones I got. Had I had to do over, I've gotten so desensitized to the gigantic, arsenals and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't have gotten this one. This is a really beautiful watch, though. So why don't we start off with this one? It's got a really interesting, this is like tank, it almost looks like a tank, for God's sakes. Really cool. Let's see, as far as the specs are concerned, if you watch any of my other videos, I don't throw tons of specs out at you. I don't claim to be a watch professional. I'm just a watch collector, and I'm passionate about, these dive watches. So just a little bit about it. This particular one is the Coalition Forces with the gold tone face. I don't know if you can kind of see that in the picture there, or in the video. I wasn't sure which one to go with. I really wanted all silver, but I'm actually glad I went with the gold tone. It is really nice contrast. There's the band. This entire watch is kind of a matte finish. There is not a lot of polishing on it, if any, just on the couple of the lugs, or the lugs here, or the pushers, and a little bit on the band screws here. This watch is actually cool if you're looking for a watch that you're looking to change the band frequently, whereas a lot of the other ones you need, you need to pop the pin. This one here is actually threaded. Very easy. You can put a screwdriver right on that thing, and if it's not tight enough, you can even do it by hand. I have mine pretty tight because I'm not going to change this out. And you can get several different bands for these. So if you want to change it up with different colors, you want to accessorize a different outfit, this is probably a great watch for you. If you're going to do that, I'd probably go with like a silver face or more of a neutral face, because if you're going to be throwing like a blue band on there, it might look a little funny with the yellow face. But nonetheless, you do have the option to do so. Let's see here. This one has the Swiss-made ETA G10 211 quartz chronograph movement. Swiss-made, of course. The case measures. Now, I'm just going to give you the case measurement here. I believe they measure it just right here. Okay, they say 51 millimeters. I'm not actually sure, because this watch has got a very unique shape. Let's go ahead and put a stick on it here. See exactly where they measure that from. Okay, so on this particular watch, it looks like they're measuring 51 millimeters from top to bottom. So it's quite a bit smaller here on the actual bezel. Let's see what we're at there. And this is not a giant watch, but it is a really cool watch. So your bezel is measuring just about 47. So with the actual case, you're probably looking at a 50 millimeter, which is kind of odd. Let me remeasure that. So, okay, so we're getting closer to 55 lengthwise. Naturally you have your screw down crown. You have your pushers, which are naturally screw down as well. This has a crown protector, which is kind of cool. You're not going to be catching on anything. That crown is really well protected. You pop this bar off. What else about it? They say this weighs 13 ounces. We're going to go ahead and throw it on the scale here. Not today, we're not going to. By the time you size it, I'm going to estimate that this watch is probably getting close to, not sure. I'd say probably 11 ounces. The scale's downstairs, so I'm not going to run down there and get it. You have 330 feet of water resistance, deployment clasp, of course the flame fusion crystal, and what else? That's case thickness, 18.5 inches on the thickness, so it's pretty thick. Just a great watch. Let me go ahead and throw it on the wrist. Definitely a unique watch. It's part of their, they call it the Coalition Forces, part of their like military-inspired line. They make it in black too, so if I ever had kind of the urge to get a black watch, this is probably the one I'd get. I mean, it's a pretty cool looking watch. It's definitely unique. Like, it's definitely going to get you noticed and definitely going to get you some questions asked about it. The band is really cool, too, how it tapers in, and it's kind of very flat. It's got a really cool kind of sheen to it. I'm not a professional model here, folks, so just bear with me on how I describe this thing. Nonetheless, just a beautiful watch, okay? So there it is, Coalition Forces. Let's go ahead and compare it to my personal favorite, and this is why I get so desensitized. This is the Grand Arsenal 0336 Swiss Ronda 8040N quartz chronograph movement. I won't get involved with too much about, you have your retrograde day date, flame fusion crystal, screw down function pushers, of course. This one here measures 58 at the bezel. They measured at 63 because the crown protector is so large on it. It wears like a 63. It is one of the biggest watches Invicta makes, and unfortunately, I've gotten desensitized. Where it's like, this is a beautiful watch. After going with this, it's very hard to go back to want to wear this. Is the problem. What else? 30 millimeter width in the bracelet, and it's got polishing down the center, satin on the sides, a little polishing around the bezel there, right on the inside. I went with the silver face on this one. What else? This one's got 660 feet of water resistance, and they weigh this at 14 ounces unsized. When you size it for a 7-inch wrist like mine, I got it to 12.5 ounces. Alright, so let me go ahead and throw this one on. A little clunky on the right arm here. I don't wear a watch on my right, so bear with me. Alright, there you go. So you can see how much larger the Grand Arsenal is. But not to say that Coalition Forces isn't a beautiful watch. I mean, there's not a watch that Invicta makes that really isn't very unique and worth wearing. A little side-by-side shot there. Alright, let me go ahead and take them off. There's, again, 170 pounds, 7-inch wrist. You can get an idea what it's going to look like. You can see that Grand Arsenal is just a tank. But not to downplay this either. I mean, it's a very unique looking watch, especially when you look at it from that angle. I mean, we got so much going on here. One really neat thing I saw too, let me take them off all side-by-side comparison. And I haven't tried this because I'm not really a fan of like the poly bands, but there's a company out there called Infantry watches, and I have one of those too. It's like a basic cheap watch. It's basically an imitation of this. It's got the very similar shape, almost the exact same shape. And the band attaches the exact same way. And I haven't tried this, but if you want to get an Invicta band, sometimes you're looking at upwards of $80, $90 for like a poly band. So that can get a little expensive just for a poly band. Well, the Infantry watches, I don't know if the band fits. It's a basic poly black band, which doesn't have any kind of fancy clasp, just a standard buckle. But you can get the whole watch for like, I got mine for like $20. So that might be an option for you if you're looking to, if you get this watch and you want to throw a poly band on it and you just want to get a black one, go buy yourself a cheap Infantry watch, and I'm pretty sure it'll fit. The dimensions look the same. Again, I haven't tried it, but something to think about if you do end up getting this watch. Alright, little side-by-side comparison there. They just make world-class watches, Now I'm sure I always get some, most people like the videos. Every now and then I get some haters. You can see this is 19 inches in width, or in depth. So you get 19 versus 18.5, very close in that depth there. You do get some haters say Invicta sucks in Snap, but you know what? I'm telling you, you get so much watch for your money. I can't imagine anybody getting one of these home and being disappointed with it. And I guarantee you, the first time you throw it on your wrist, wear it to work. You're going to get compliments. You're going to get people asking you about it. That's just the way it is. So if you want to get noticed, this is how if you want to have a conversation starter, get yourself an Invicta. Now I'm not saying all Invictas are going to get that conversation going, because not all of them are big, but when you start getting into the big chunky ones like these, I mean, you really can't go wrong. Alright folks, well there they are. Oh, standard backs. Get a little bit of the back on the Coalition Forces. You can kind of see the logo there. Pretty cool watch. They make a Jason Taylor in this one right now. You can get, I found, click the links in the bottom there and it'll take you to some resources. You can get a Jason Taylor right now, which is kind of like their I don't know, it's not really limited edition, but there are ones that they make. Jason Taylor is kind of a name on Invicta. They make his own line because they like this style. And I don't think they're anything really too unique. They got a Jason Taylor logo on them. They're kind of cool. But you can get a black one right now with like a silver face, which is just really cool looking. I've seen it for like $250 on eBay. I mean, you can't go wrong with this watch. And anyway, some people, I mean, there's watches and there's watches. I'm not saying these are the world's best watches. I'm saying you get a lot for your money, and they definitely are very unique watches. And I tell you, you get one, you won't stop there, guaranteed. All right, folks. Well, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna keep putting these videos up. If you have any kind of requests, I'll see what I can do to get you a comparison. Get you some information. I think that of all my videos, you're going to be seeing about 300 more, and it's just going to keep going from there because I'm doing side-by-side comparisons now. So I hope that this video helped you out. There it is, the comparison between the Grand Arsenal and the Coalition Forces. All right, folks. If you have any comments, go ahead and place them in there. Check out our website, PHATKATWatches.com, for more information.